We're Arctic Monkeys. This is Don't Believe the Hype.
That rock and roll, eh? Ladies! That sound means it's the end of the round. Time for the bonus question. Cheers, dude.
That man just yawned.
We're gonna call it,
Don't Believe the Hype.
Oh, okay. Look, guys, strap yourselves in. Okay, let's start with Monster Truck.
That's it. I'm still going to struggle to argue this one now because I think Do Me a Favour, other than If You Were There, Beware, is my favourite off that album. But I'll try.
Okay.
The first thing I loved about this song was the track is the title is such a callback to what they used to do on the first album. You know, it's very much Arctic Monkeys humour, isn't it? Alex all over to write something like that. That is just seen on I think a YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's I guess it's a bit strange, but it feels like a bit of a not a filler by any means, but one that can pass you by a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get why people would think that. Yeah,
I do enjoy it.
I'm gonna tell you to stop talking because this is one of my favorite songs on the album. So you don't actually have to talk that much. You talking yourself out of it. So I love this song, and but Do Me a Favor is also a favorite off Favorite Nightmare. So this is a very tough choice that I wish Nick was here to help me with. But shall we go with? Although I think I know what he would go. I should say what I think he would go with all of these, by the way. And I think for this he would go with Monster Truck because it's one of his favorite songs on this album as well, and we text about it probably on a daily basis. So, well, no, I'm exaggerating, but maybe, who knows? Both so drunk all the time, I wouldn't know anyway. But no, I would go, yeah, okay, let's say Do Me a Favor, because this is a special song.
So I did write that this is kind of like the start for me of like a brand new Monkeys. This song, it's very relatable in a lot of ways that the first album was, but now it has that emotional depth. Not everything is fun parties, chasing girls. It's kind of, to me, in my mind, the perfect representation of like growing up and feeling those kind of first pains of breakups and serious relationships. I still think they're some of his best lyrics, and they're very emotionally resonant. There's not a time I don't hear that outro and the buildup and like not get goosebumps, both from the music and the lyrics. That perhaps Fuck Off Might Be Too Kind is like God tier Arctic Monkeys moments. And for that, I feel like for a song that's not a single, this is one that like so many people know and represents Arctic Monkeys in like so many people's minds. It is like one of the best breakup songs. And all the instrumentation on it is fantastic as well. The build and the drums and the bass. It's well arranged, long living like lyrics, amazing moments. Yeah. Always goosebumps.
Okay. Because you defended it so well, and I agree with all what you said, and I love Do Me a Favor, and I think, perhaps Fuck Off Might Be Too Kind, and it reminds me of breaking up with someone at the time, around that time, in a very similar fashion to how you break up with someone then, very messily, probably. Perhaps, perhaps Fuck Off Might Be Too Kind, and I think there's the really biting line, don't flatter yourself. It's like when you're trying to say, don't cry or whatever, and she's like, stop flattering yourself, and that kind of way that you do it. Yeah, great line. So and the pause and it coming in. So I am going to go Do Me a Favor, also because you defended it so well, and because Matt pretty much said it was better anyway. So he thought it was. So we'll go with that. But I want it on record that the Monster Truck, if from remove my personal biases as well, I absolutely love that song. For me, that song is all about the wonder of modern technology. It's Alex ruminating on that, which is why he says you push the button and we'll do the rest. It's you push the button and this technology does the rest else there. Yeah. And hence why when he saw the front flip, he thought, wow, we can do that. That's amazing. Like a Monster Truck can do a front flip. So yeah, that and I love the verses and the piano, the way it goes from like kind of a different type of song, and then the verses are kind of like sort of piano-y jazz, kind of you'd hear in a bar someone doing like on a piano. So yeah, absolutely love that song, but I'm going to go Do Me a Favor for that one. So next then would be This House is a Circus. versus She Looks Like Fun, I think. Is that right?
Science fiction, is it?
Oh, God, why am I
Science
so rubbish?
fiction, yep.
So rubbish at getting the fucking tracks on these albums. I need to get them up. I always do this when we're covering them. Oh wow, okay, science fiction versus This House Circus. It is and it isn't. So let's go with science fiction, shall we? First.
What probably people say a lot about this album. I didn't like it at first, but it's one of my favorites now. I love it. It's the strange, eerie horror movie sound. The do 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 that flickers seems to flicker past through the song. And also it's knowingly clever as well. It's that final lyric. What's I going to look at? Yeah, it's may well just end up too clever for its own good. The way some science fiction does. It's a nice way to write about it, as well as acknowledging it could be possibly seen as pretentious, I guess, like science fiction can. A fantastic song. And like all the album, it does take a while to get into for it to hit you.
I agree. Yeah, it was one of the ones that took me a long time to get into, but I guess, like you say, once it clicks, I think the whole idea of I love the line, the way it stays with you, or whatever it is, like science fiction does. Such an on point line with that way that when you see something really clever from a science fiction film or TV show, and the concept stays with you for a long time, you sort of ruminate on it, and the idea of comparing that. Yeah, great tune. Did take me a while to get into it. Probably most people, it's one of the songs that jars probably for most people that don't like this album, I would imagine, because again, it's one that you've got to kind of live with for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. But it is an absolute tune, and it is now it's probably still not one of my favorites, but it's made its way up the list as time has gone on, certainly. Should we do This House is a Circus?
Yeah. So this is the heaviest
confidence he swaggers into this argument.
Well, I was blown away that this, when you guys covered it, it was so low in the numbers and like people's just kind of thoughts on them, like on overall ranking lists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This was always one of my favorites as well. It's one of the heaviest on the album and one of the heaviest they've kind of ever gotten. I think it's a song like this that gets the attention that allows them to be able to kind of make humbug later on, and it moves them. It's a song like this that kind of, I think, moves them out of just being labeled that indie band. Kind of shows what they're capable of, and I think because it is still one of their like heaviest moments, but also too, it's like it's still introducing elements of hip hop. It's very experimental still. But it also is very much them. It's got those lines where they're playing off of each other that we've seen before and we see again in the future. So it's very much Arctic Monkeys, but very also much something that they never really kind of do again, and something that very much represents this era very well in a special kind of way.
It's got to go to This House of Circus because I mean, even like removing my biases, I just can't not say it's a better song than science fiction. I was shocked as well with the list and stuff like, because I remember me and my friends certainly always thought this was like one of the most banging songs on the album. I mean, it goes 10 miles an hour and it's just, it's one of his most rap like times. And and again, although it did, even though it may not be about the metaphor for fame, which I still think holds up, at least in my mind, it's still just the bass is great. That pause, the bit, and I've always gutted that it hasn't stayed in live longer. Great song. So I'm afraid it's Pip's Science Fiction.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Okay, well then that means that if this is actually so if. Fuck's sake. If You Were There, Beware versus She Looks Like Fun. Finally, She Looks Like Fun is actually next because it never seemed like it was going to be. Okay, let's start with She Looks Like Fun. Let's see what you're going to say.
It's tough this now, isn't it? I always think She Looks Like Fun is it could have been a single as well because it is very much different to the rest of the album. Great live. From the performances I've seen, I didn't see him on the Tranquility tour, unfortunately.
I I was so drunk, I basically didn't, but I do remember snippets of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much my regret with every Arctic Monkeys gig. Thinking that now.
Yeah, apparently I did climb onto some chairs and do like a sort of Elvis style like pose and point at Alex while he was performing Are You Mine though, so in front of thousands of people. So there's that.
Where was that?
At the MEN. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we were facing the stage, and I just kept like he could see me, I kept singing at him. Apparently, yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
but okay. So, anything else to sound? She looks like fun.
The lyrics are very. Is the word irreverent? Is it? It's strange, and I think I read one time about it that it was more about basically the crap that gets posted on social media by people. Good morning cheeseburger. Yeah,
apparently it's his girlfriend's Instagram that he went through. So his ex-girlfriend Taylor. Boo. I'm joking. We did that great speech about how not to have a go at them as well. Although apparently she is a bit of a Trump supporter, so a lot of Trump bashing in this episode. But fair enough, really. But so that's things that he saw on her. So good morning cheeseburger, sheep snowboarding. Yeah, but the thing I love the song. This is possibly top 3 songs on this album for me, and I think that the verses in particular are all about technology and social media and how it's affecting society. You know, the line, finally I can share with you through cloudy skies every whimsical thought that enters my mind. There's no limit to the length of the dickheads we can be. That's social media. That sums up social media for me. So I mean, Alex doing social commentary is like mind blowing because he's only ever singing about getting his dick wet or falling in love usually. So
about the dancing as well, and it related to him.
If somebody's watching because they are that video of the Strokes. The Strokes.
And I think there's a bit of a legs to that. I think that's probably true.
Yeah, and then obviously accidentally being about the pandemic with the whole online as of March, but obviously he's meaning it that way. And yeah, obviously, as I said earlier to you guys off camera, I have a lot of personal affection for some of the lines in that song, but I'm not going to bring my personal biases into it, but I do love that song. And I thought that She Looks Like Fun was Josh Homme until Nick pointed out it wasn't. It's the guy from Tame Impala, I think it is. So Cam Avery, or it's him or the guy from the other band that's on it as well. It's one of them anyway. But I always thought it was Josh Homme going, "She looks like fun." It sounds very Josh Homme-esque. But no,
not Jamie.
It wasn't. Not Jamie. No, maybe he's not allowed to sing anymore. We've removed his microphone. It won't be coming back. Stick, Moog synthesizers. All you want, Jamie. Honestly, fantastic work. But shall okay. So that She Looks Like Fun, okay. But I'm taking my personal bias out because let's be honest, If You Ever Were is also my favorite song off this album. So, it's in no way in a lesser contention. So let's go.
Yeah. So I said this is definitely a gateway to humbug. So anyone who loves humbug or appreciates that sound, should appreciate the song. I think this is some of the most angry we've ever heard Alex, and even though we have had some emotional depth like in Do Me a Favor and Only Ones Who Know, I think the sincerity of the lyrics like really shine through, and it's still a rare moment for Alex even after all of this time. It's definitely one of their darker songs that still exist, and it, for me personally, as a personal bias, it's their most horror moment on this album, which actually is a theme that continues on through, like we just covered science fiction in that kind of way. And so it's always something that I always appreciate and recognize special for this kind of song. So
yeah, I mean, this song is amazing. And again, we've talked that this is one we'd bring back and easily could fit if they brought it back, maybe a bit of tweaking, but it's an incredible tune, and it's weird that I think I'm leaning towards it because we said the Tranquility is possibly going to become my favorite album. It might overtake Suck It and See by the time we get there, but If You Were There, Beware is just something else. Like I have always loved it. I love the guitar. It's insane. On the sort of horror stuff, I completely get that as well. I felt that, and I think it was funny because Nick hadn't picked up on it, but the kind of the breakdown, the witches was kind of a Macbeth reference and stuff like that, which I've always loved. So, which I thought was mad that he didn't get that because he knows that he did know that, he just forgot. It's got to be If You're There, Everywhere because it's an incredible song. It's the best song on the album for me. So, and as much as I love She Looks Like Fun lyrically, This one, yeah, I think I said on the time it's the most emotive we'd heard him at this point because he's so angry by what's happened to him. It's personal. He ring his nana, his grandma, and have a go at her, So yeah,
I never knew that.
Great.
That makes a lot of sense. That now.
Yeah,
I listened to that episode.
Yeah. It was good because I thought I'd made it up at one point because I couldn't find it anywhere, and then luckily there's John Kennedy things. He kind of confirmed it by saying it, and I was like, thank God for that, because I thought I'd just held on to. I thought it was another thing that I'd held on to that wasn't true about this album. But no, yeah, great, because it didn't make sense to me that because people were saying it was just about his exes and that or whatever. And I don't think he'd be that annoyed. More if it's your grandma, being harassed and tricked by journalists, then you'd be pretty pissed off, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be, but I'm a terrible grandson. What can I say? So that means that we've come to. Oh dear, have we come to the bad thing? Is that what we've come
that
to?
time?
Do we even
this
bother?
is probably
What's
one
it
we
up
can
against?
just get. It's against Bat Phone, which
right, okay.
Come on, we've all
And it
said
goes to
that
Bat
it's-
Phone.
Yeah, and it goes to Bat Phone.
And the
It
award
has
goes
to.
to it's like the La La Land moment, and the award goes to the bad thing. No, of course it doesn't.
Of course. Yeah, there's in no way possible. Yeah, Bat Phone is my favorite on Tranquility. So
okay, so that means, and it would have been interesting. Okay, we'll perhaps do both, but so that means that we're having Old Yellow Bricks versus the Ultra Cheese, which I feel like, again, if I'm being, argue it. If I'm being completely honest, this is a tough one for Old Yellow Bricks. Not just because of what happened, but because the Ultra Cheese is a phenomenal song and potentially and I would say is actually the most accessible song for, you said 4 out of 5 being accessible to people that don't even like the album. I would find it strange if people would listen to Ultra Cheese and find it not accessible, even if you hate the rest of the album, because it's just a good song. It's just a lovely tune. So I think it's going to be hard. But do you want to have a go with Old Yellow Bricks? Do you want to see if we can tickle my fancy?
I did think it was funny that you guys had such a hard time with it, and I do think that this would be one that might benefit in a different place on the album. When I rearrange it, I typically put it towards the front end, but I do think that it is a great analogy for a ton of people all over the world feeling of getting out of a small town or just getting out of familiar surroundings. I think it's very relatable, and they actually do a good job of including both perspectives. We have that classic Alex at the end of Dorothy was right though. So even when I took it as an idea of maybe it could be about Andy, where it seems like maybe he's would be giving him a hard time, if that was the analogy or something like that, that it's also understandable and sympathetic there at the end of no matter what way you go, if you do want to get out of something or want to experience something, at the end of the day, you'll probably still feel some nostalgia, some pull back home. So it's completely understandable for the people who wouldn't want to have that experience. And so I think that's kind of a very mature perspective. I do think it's very catchy and a classic Alex rug pull at the end. And yeah, I think it just would fit maybe better on the front side of the album generally.
Yeah, and I think, look, okay, even if I agree with it being on the front side, by the way, it's weird where it is anyway, because it kind of feels like you build into an end and it's kind of just there. Yeah, but I would think, even if I was to not have what happened, and to add some context to people like yourself that aren't subscribers that Matt will know of having it unedited, me and Nick, and I don't even know if that all even made it into the edit, but me and Nick had a huge fallout while recording this episode that kind of tarred it as well over what one of the lyrics was a misprint in online, and we had this huge bust up, and it got really at the time it got really tense, and afterwards we were texting that was silly, why would we get so annoyed? But in the moment we got really annoyed, and it kind of tarred the episode as well. It got really personal and upsetting for some reason about a fucking lyric. And I didn't even really care. That was a sad thing. But if I put that out of it, and I put out of it that it was about Andy, we're annoyed about that, and still just took it at face value, I think I would still say the Ultra Seas is a better song. Overall, so that's kind of where I am at with
that classic closer. It's a good song. Ultra Cheese.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tune. I
do think it's a very good song, Old Yellow Bricks. I think you two were quite harsh with it
Yeah,
I did at the time thinking that it's one of my
It was all
favorites.
personal. It was personal. It was so annoyed that I'd spent years thinking it was about Andy. And one of the songs I was most looking forward to covering pre-Humbug to talk about that, the Andy thing, and then to find out that it's not, and even have Alex say it, it was like a dagger to. It was like finding out your wife cheated on you when you first got together. Do you know what I mean? And you're only finding out now, 10 years later. That's what it felt like.
You actually be like, right, go on.
Yeah,
I didn't like you anyway.
You, just get out. I don't even want you even near me. Get out. But now I'm starting to forgive it over time, and it's coming back a little bit. But if they played it live, I'd still be there with everyone else going doon 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 doon. So but yeah, so it's got to go Ultra Cheese. Interestingly though, if we were putting it, if it had ended, if it was track by track, technically closer 505 versus Ultra Cheese, what do you think? Where do you think we would land on that? It's difficult, that isn't it?
I think I'd have to go 505.
I would go 505.
Classic, innit?
It's overplayed, isn't it? But it's you can't deny that power of the song.
Yeah,
it's intense.
With that in mind, then I think we can safely say, look, I Love Anyways as a song. It's one of my favorite B-sides, as we'll get to soon. And it's a tune. And I told you something that I'm not going to say here because I want to cover it on the podcast to people and tell people that's what it's about, because not a lot of people know. But I know you were both intrigued by going listen to it and reading the lyrics now, knowing that fact. By the way, Miracle Aligner is about the same thing as a tease. So you should go listen to that as well. Or about the person that might give you that, let's say. A miracle liner, so God, that's obvious, wasn't it? But I think it's safe to say that I couldn't honestly say, as much as I love the lyrics and the coded message, and it was like a lockdown conspiracy, that song for me, that it's not better than 505, is it? So 505 would win that bout without arguing, I think, if we're being honest. If it beats Ultra Cheese, it beats anyways, doesn't it? Put it that way. So that would mean the XI that we've come to would be Star Treatment, and then it would be Teddy Picker, then it would be American Sports, and then it was Balaclava. Did we go for? No, it was, we went with Balaclava. Over to Base. Yes, we did. Yeah, then Balaclava, and then Flush Adolescent, and then we went. It wasn't Only Ones Who Know That one, was it? It was 4 out of 5. Yeah, standard. And then it was, someone tally these up so we can see who won this, by the way. I think it's like pretty equal at this point. But so Star Treatment, Teddy Picker, American Sports, Balaclava, Plus Adolescent.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. And then it
was tied, yeah.
And then it was it wasn't She Looks Like Fun, was it? It was
Do Me a Favor.
Do Me a Favor 1. And then it was This House is a Circus 1. And then If You Were There, Beware 1.
Yep.
But then Bat Phone 1.
Yep.
And then Ultra Cheese 1. So then 505. Is it just Favorite Worst Nightmare that wins it just by 1?
I think it's 7. I think it's 7 to 5.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's fair.
Yeah.
This is mad because I definitely prefer, but I guess when you're doing track by track and you kind of go, well,
that's the magic of Favorite Worst Nightmare. It's got so many.
I mean, I think if I was
classics.
I think if I was putting my biases back in, Tranquility would win, because I think One Pot Perspective would beat Teddy Picker if I was putting my biases back in, and probably I mean, they would be close though, because that would probably be about it, to be honest with you. Because you get it's when you get, because you go the B side of Tranquility is so good, and I was thinking, oh, nothing's going to beat She Looks Like Fun, but then you go like If You Were There, Beware, and This House of Circus, and I'm like, oh shit, well, yeah, but yeah, there you go. I think
you argued them really well, actually, Justin. To be fair,
thank you.
Did, yeah.
I remember the episode where you guys were kind of wrapping up, and you're like, "Yeah, I think this might be my least favorite Arctic Monkeys album." And I was like, "No."
You should be a politician, because you definitely convinced me or something like that. But what we're gonna do next is you've got something prepared for us, haven't you, Justin? But as an intro to that, it feels like a bit of a bonus round to me.
That sound means it's the end of the round. Time for the bonus question.
Yeah, so this is going to be our lyric game. So I went through all the songs in this era, and I picked out some lines that you guys have mentioned it, throughout covering, but some very kind of more British lines. and I converted them to maybe more like American style lyrics to see if you could guess what the actual line would be. So I'll give you what I converted it to, and then you guys have to try to guess the original line that it is.
Cool, very cool.
So yeah, so I have 13 rounds, and yeah, it can be from Beneath the Boardwalk, the first 2 albums, all B-sides.
Beneath the Boardwalk.
Yeah,
wow,
it could be anything. Yeah.
American version of waving bye to the train on the bus. Here we go.
Yeah. So how would you guys like to do it? You want to try to do it like we did where it was the first person to speak, or you want to go round by round? Because I have 13 where we can't tie. So either way is fine.
We could just go whoever says it first, shall we, Matt?
Yeah, I think we both should have a go at this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you want to do it based on you have to get the line exactly? Because I also have the album it's attributed to. So what do you guys
think?
think?
Come undone.
That's
fine. That's fine. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So if it seems to be too tough, then we can like first go based on the album or when it was released or whatever. So okay.
Shouldn't be, should it? Since we claim to be super fans, but there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, ready? Number 1. Was he packing the cucumber or the baby carrot?
Oh shit. Fuck.
I wonder if we can ask for clues if we're really struggling down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even have a thought of what that is. So yeah, go on. I didn't even know there was a different word for cucumber of it. Go on.
Well, some of it too is just like a conversion.
Slang? Is it like American slang?
Some of it is slang. Yeah. Some of it is like just making
I'm instantly
it more,
going to
like straightforward or
my mind
like
went to
rearranging.
penises straight away, and I don't know what it says about me. My mind went for penises straight away. So
okay,
I don't think that says more about me than the songs, to be honest.
Well, to give you a hint, you're on the right track.
Oh, okay. Was it the shotgun? No, not what I'm talking about. No. Oh, I know what it is. It was. Am I the rocket launcher and you the? You're the big rocket launcher.
I don't think that's in there. Or I'm just a shotgun. Ooh, that's a really good guess. It's not.
Yeah, that is a good guess.
I was so sure.
It's not. Now I'll give a hint if Matt wants. This is from Favorite Worst Nightmare.
Say it again, Justin.
Was he packing the cucumber or the baby carrot?
I feel like he had it then.
Oh, of course it is. It could be. It's the only song it could be. Am I phased out or? Fuck's sake, was it? Yeah, but I'm trying to think what the lyric is, but I know what the song is. Of course it is.
I think I know. I think I can guess how it goes in my head, but I can't think of what it actually is.
Can you guess the song title?
I could. Can I guess it? Oh, okay.
Is he pulling it? Oh no, I'm thinking of something. Go on. I give up.
All right, Dan, guess though.
Okay, is it Mechadova or Bet in Pencil? Is it Floss?
It is. Yeah. Was it yes.
So that's what the Americans would say if they were going to use that kind of what's the word?
Something, kind of like
innuendo
or something similar, because like I didn't know what the mega tauber, like I didn't know originally what that was.
No, you wouldn't unless you were working.
But it's also one of those things that's very intuitive. So you kind of know like like you said, the innuendo, but you have to kind of like look up the slang of like, I don't actually know what this is. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep. Okay. Fluorescent adolescent. Cool.
Okay, so that's where we're at. That gives us a good vibe for it. I think a good handle on what it is. Okay.
I still put your name next to it since these might be a little tough. We'll see just how well, anyway, so all right, next one. A panda pulled up and the boys got the pigs all salty.
I know what this is.
You can give me the song title too.
I know, because it's one of two, because it might be the original version of one song or it could be this one, but I'm going to go. Is it Riot Van?
It is. Do you know the line?
The Riot Van pulled up and all the coppers kicked him in.
Well, it's and up rolls the riot van and these lads just wind the coppers up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, panda pulled.
Do you know
it's all salty.
Do you know what? Do you know where you threw me off? Because the original version of Cigarette Smoker Fiona, called Cigarette Smoker from Beneath the Boardwalk, he says pandas for police, doesn't he? He says, "Call him a panda."
Oh.
Yeah.
But in that way,
wow.
yeah, I guess would that also refer in British terms? So sometimes we call the car like a panda.
Yeah.
Because it's black and white.
Yeah. We did that too, don't we?
Okay.
There's no terminology. Yeah, police car. Yeah.
Okay.
That is, I think. Well, no, it's the uniform that we talk about, isn't it, Panda? When we do it, because the police's uniform is black and white. So that's why we say Panda for them. Okay. Well, interesting. There you go.
Okay. All right. Number 3. He's able to impress her, and her classmates think he's eye candy.
That's
Bigger Boys of Stone. That's
Yeah.
And it's
I think I've got it. He's a quick to enthrall her, and her friends think he's fit.
Very good. Yes.
You get it. You get the lyrics. So
yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Very good. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Some of these I feel like, oh, is this too easy? But then some I feel like maybe a little later get harder. So it's okay. This one, $3 already. What'd we go? About 4 feet?
Oh, it's already £4.50, but we've £4.50. We've only gone a yard.
Yes.
Yeah.
From red light. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just converted them all over. Yeah. So how come it's already £2.50? We've only gone about a yard. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red light indicates doors are secure. Okay. Cool. Okay. I wanted to spot you chilling on the love seat at our friend's party.
Oh, we'll see you at a mutual friend's gathering. No, it's not that, is it? No. It's. Or is it that?
On a love seat.
I wanted to spot you chilling on the love seat at our friend's party.
I saw you on a sofa at a mutual friend's gathering. It's from Too Much to Ask, isn't it? No, it's from And the more
I'm gonna wait till someone gives me the exact lyrics or the title of the song.
I've drawn a
Why
blank.
can't I remember what it's called? Oh, it's no, the bakery.
The bakery.
Yeah,
it is from the bakery.
Yeah, and it's I saw
So to be fair, I had to kind of change it a little bit because he says, I thought I saw you in the bakery, or I wish I would have seen you in the bakery, or sat on a tatty settee at a mutual friend's gathering. Woo. That is not an American line. Very British. Yeah. Tatty settee at a mutual friend's gathering. Like, I don't think we would ever say gathering either.
You rarely see a tatty settee inside a house in the UK, to us. It's normally outside someone's house on the pavement being waited to pick up, to be honest. Just to confuse you more.
Good.
See Shameless for more info. Oh, that was good.
Okay. All right. Next one. I'd have the gall to suggest that both choices are just as grim.
I'd have the cheek to say they're equally as grim.
No.
Well, grim is mine. Yeah, but yes, you're right. Yeah.
It's bleak, I think.
Bleak. It is. Yep. I'd have the cheek to say they're equally as bleak. So the cheek was the one. Yeah, I want it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we do not say cheek. Good. Number 7. You can try and change your sweater and shimmy on by, but I think you'll still want to show off to everyone who laughed at you.
I know.
I know what song it is, but
it's
swap jumpers and walk down the line.
Swap jumpers and make another move.
It's
still in your brain.
You still got something to prove. You walk down the line past the lads, the blokes in.
I used to know this off by heart.
Yeah.
Y'all both got like pieces. Yeah,
we kind of piece it together.
I'll just do that as a tie. Yeah. So it's I'll give that one a tie because it's you both like together put it together. It was From the Wrist to the Rubble, and the original line is, and you can swap jumpers and make another move, but still in your brain you've got something to prove to all the smirking faces. Ooh, it's long.
Yeah. What's the other bit? It's on Smirking Faces and the
Boys in
Boys in Black.
Boys in Black. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
Bounces.
the big one was the jumper, because we don't use jumper. So I could say you can try and change your sweater and shimmy on by, but I think you'll still want to show off to everyone who laughed at you. The smirking faces is not really something we'd say. Yeah.
Well, when as another, so Matt is from Manchester as well, or thereabouts pretty much. Is there anywhere in Manchester that when you hear that song that, because whenever I hear what people say, I have places in Manchester that spring to my mind that I imagine I'd be in.
Yeah, mine's more Oldham based. You can't tell by my accent.
I used to know I used to know a club in Oldham. My mate used to go to. I know the name. If you say it, I'll know
Liquid.
it. Yeah, Liquid. Yeah,
I was thinking of Liquid for this song. Yeah, completely relatable. Yeah,
mine is 42s. I think like the queue of 42s because it was always dead long. Or Fifth Ave, one of them anyway. Two indie nightclubs in Manchester. That one of them's gone now, but yeah, that's where we would go just into here. Arctic Monkeys, like 42s used to just rinse Arctic Monkeys all night. It was great. Or you go to the booth and request it. I'd always go like play. They go, yeah, we're playing dance floor in a bit. I go, you're not playing dance floor. Play Certain Romance. Do you just want to be that DJ that plays dance floor in your heart? Is that what you want? Okay, let's have another.
Cool. Number 8. You seemed annoyed when dreaming up your escape from this small town.
It's all Jello Bricks, isn't it? But it's
I can't think of the specific part.
I can't think of the specific lyric. Right.
I'll do it again. You seemed annoyed when dreaming up your escape from this small town.
Looks so miffed when you
wish
for 1,000 places better than this.
Yeah.
You can have that one, yeah.
All right. Good.
So miffed. That is one of the better lyrics in the song. I really like. Yeah, looks when you wish for 1,000.
Good.
That's why I always used to imagine Andy's moody face when he said that line. That's why another reason I was so irked that it wasn't
miffed.
I was miffed. Yeah, I won't be irked. Come on.
All right, this one, not necessarily slang. This is kind of like older style, I guess. But I did. Did I do something to make everyone take a gander and laugh?
Did I do something? Oh, no, it's not that. Do you give us the album it's on?
Yes. Well, I will tell you this. It is not on either one of the albums.
Oh, shit.
So it's not, it's not an album track.
I feel like he says, yeah,
sure. Did I do something to make everyone take a gander and laugh?
Yeah. It's like he's saying, like, did I say something funny, or I'll play something. I'm trying to think what the. It's not.
I can give you another hint. I can give you another hint too. It's not on either one of the albums, and I guess technically it's not a B-side.
Oh shit! So is it Beneath the Boardwalk then, or is it? Is it Beneath the Boardwalk, or is it a single?
It's not. So it's not. Then I'll say it's not a demo either. Yeah,
it's not a demo. Sure. Well, what does that leave? That only really in my head, but then depends where you stand. Then it would leave for the last one. I think. I can't think. Oh no. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna get that one.
It's on the EP.
I feel like I know it.
Is it? Yeah.
It's on the EP.
The EP, of course. I've said Cigarette Smoker Fiona. I think.
Yeah,
I feel like it's something about. Oh, is it not? Oh. It's Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys?
Yes.
It's. Oh, Nick would know this one, I bet.
I'll read it one more. So we know it's Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys. Did I do something to make everyone take a gander and laugh?
Oh, it's not you that's that? No, that can't be that, can it?
You guys want me to give it to you?
Yeah, go on, give it to
Okay.
you. It's there, but it's not there.
Yeah. Have I done something to trigger the funny looks?
Funny looks,
sniggers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Some of the towards the end, they might get a little tough, but okay. So I got a few more. Okay, number 10. When you were all weepy, I thought it was from all the bickering, but now it seems like something deeper is going on.
It's Say it again.
Mm-hmm. When you were all weepy, I thought it was from all the bickering, but now it seems like something deeper is going on.
It's not off Do Me a Favor, is it?
Yeah. A 5
No.
or 5. A 5
So
or 5.
I will say this is another one that's not on the albums.
Oh shit.
But it is an emotional one.
So it's got to be like a favorite Worst Nightmare B-side. Then I'd say
It is. It is.
it's got yes. Is it too much to ask?
It is too much to ask.
Yeah, say it again.
Okay.
Say the line again.
When you were all weepy, I thought it was from all the bickering, but now it seems like something deeper is going on.
The only way I can get there is if I play the whole song in my head, like, and I have to like
Yeah,
from
it
the
is
start.
tough to pull it out. Yeah. I did keep the same two
We're
lines.
always shouting, never shout. No, it can't be that. No.
I did keep the same 2 lines.
We still can't get it. Fuck me.
I'll read it one more time. When you were all weepy, I thought it was from all the bickering, but now it seems like something deeper is going on.
I feel like even if you read out the full lyrics from the song, Justin, we still wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
Still
go on.
no.
But you did get too much to ask, so I'll.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah. So the full line is when you saw.
Oh, wait. You saw your head's red raw. No. Go on.
No, it was when you saw before. It felt much more like a product of a squabble, a British, like we wouldn't say squabble.
Yeah.
Now there's reason for it to be something more.
It was I had the wrong part. It's that same
It's
musical
tough,
part of the song, but I went with the red raw. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right,
Okay.
a couple more.
At least I got too much to ask. At least I got there.
Yeah. He was looking for girls in every room, trying to get back up to his old tricks again.
Oh. God, it could be so many of them.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah.
But I feel like is it a B-side?
It's not. Okay. It's an album track. I'll read it again. There's one word in here I think that really captures it is he was looking for girls in every room, trying to get back up to his old tricks again.
I know this is so bad, but don't. It's like they're all there on like the tip of my brain, but they're not coming. I don't know what that is.
It's also got a lot of British terms in it, so that's what I was always trying to look for, is like some British kinds of terms.
Is it from the first album or the second album?
The second album.
Is it off Balaclava?
It's not.
I think it's is it This House is a Circus?
It is.
Yeah, is it the Maidens in the Maze bit?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Scaling the corridors for maidens in the maze, and in the anomaly, you'll slip into familiar ways.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. All right, just a couple more. Your application of cosmetics is so extensive that I struggle to identify you.
It's Still Take You Home, and it's it's the oh god, it's such a good line as well. You
can't see for your fake tan, is it?
So that's a good one too. Yeah, I think there's a couple. So I didn't pick that line, but it's you're all tarted up and you all don't look the same.
Yeah. Nice. I think, yeah.
Good. And then this is the last one. I'm always somewhere in the middle of happiness and anxiety when I'm thinking about what she's been up to.
Oh. It's What If You're Right First Time?
It is.
Isn't she the fantastic dream and the fear of where the fear and the fear?
Yeah.
You
Do
wonder where she is
Yeah.
this afternoon.
Very good. Yep.
Yeah.
Betwixt and between the fantasy dream and the fear. Yep. Very good. All right. That was it. Good job, guys.
That was great.
There was only
ones.
I think one or two that
I always wonder what I'd love to go through it. I just say, well, as we go through it, maybe we'll get you on somewhere. There's some like really English lines, like I mean, God knows what you. I mean, his granddad in American sports gave him the line, didn't he? That say on the horse racing, the trainer was what is it? The
trainer was it? No, the trainer's explanation was accepted
by the steward, which is something they say on horse racing. And also, I was wondering
there's
when
a
they
lot
go,
on
like, "Thar
Second and
knows,"
Sea.
when they do the kind
knows.
of desert rock, "Thar knows," which is a very northern saying. Yeah, "Thar knows."
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was really interesting. So I'm going to ask you both a question now. Which band would you want to cover an Arctic Monkeys song in their style? So a band takes an Arctic Monkeys song and they do it in their style. I'll get the ball rolling. The only two I could really think of was I'd love to hear the Kinks do Dance Floor. Like Pete Kink 60s do Dance Floor. I'd love to hear that. And I kind of want to hear Radiohead cover Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino and see what that ends up like.
That's a good choice.
That would suit,
Yeah.
That's a really good choice.
I didn't get any bands. I had solo artists for this one.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. We'll allow it.
I can't. It was more out of trying to imagine what it'd be like. Something like Leonard Cohen singing why do you only call me when you're high?
That would be an experience.
Yeah. Or was the other one I had? Morrissey singing "Still Take You Home."
Perfect.
Yeah.
One I did was Alexandra Savior doing either Too Much to Ask or Don't Forget Whose Legs You're On. I thought that dark kind of slow style
that is a
fits her
great show.
perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't get over Morrissey doing Still Take It. Well, it's never so funny. Playing his voice. In a way, it would work, I think. But
it would.
No, you know what?
In the 80s, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not now.
That's the last time Morrissey worked. So, but Alexandra Savior is a good shout because I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast before, but I came to her probably not organically, probably algorithms led me there, but I had no idea Alex was involved in that, and I fell in love with the album. And I remember at one point listening to because I still love that album. She was in Manchester a couple months ago, and I couldn't go. I was gutted, but the one about the girl, I can't remember what it's called on that album. It's probably the biggest single off the album. Belladonna Sadness.
The La-di-da.
I remember listening to that and thinking, this sounds like an Arctic Monkeys song. This sounds like an Alex lyric. Like when he says she gets where water can't, I was like, this sounds like Alex has written this lyric.
Yeah.
I was like, this girl must love Arctic Monkeys. And then I Googled her and it said Alex and James Forbes just now. And I was like, well, now it makes sense.
I did the exact same thing, honestly. I was like listening to her album and I had no idea Alex was involved.
I was really proud of myself that I found a new artist that I loved that was like, that was no doubt that had nothing to do with Arctic Monkeys. And I was really proud of that. And it still got me, the bastards. Okay, well, some great choices there. Shall we go through our B-side albums? We've all picked 13 track albums with the B-sides. So I'll go through mine. I called mine. This was again somewhere at 2 a.m. I thought it was brilliant. I called mine Across the Boardwalk.
Nice play,
yeah. But okay, so I want to open with Evil Twin. Good opener.
Yeah.
Then go into Sketchhead after that, because as you'll find out soon, I adore that song. And it kind of works because I did my usual, like when we did live tracks where I play them all, the ends and the beginnings, just excruciatingly to get it right. Bigger Boys Still Sweethearts after that. And then into You're So Dark after Bigger Boys, because again, that's a tune, like, just to really change it up. Then after You're So Dark, going to Stop the World, I Want to Get Off With You. And then after that, those kind of mellow tracks, bring it back up with What If You Were Right First Time. Then into The Nettles. Then into Frightline Dining Room, which soon is, as you'll come across again, is like, what a B-side. And then into I Haven't Got My Strange, which is a song that I also adore. I mean, the Humble B-sides I love more than any other set of B-sides, I think. So, and then out of I Haven't Got My Strange into Settle for a Draw, which is another one I love. Then into Too Much to Ask. Then from Too Much to Ask into The Bakery. and then we end it with Anyways, because I feel like Anyways is a good one after the bakery. Is actually the
closer.
kind of, when you listen to them together, they kind of work as a companion piece in a weird way. And I think that they're both about the same thing, apparently, as I tried to push on the episode, but I won't say what that is. But I kept saying on the bakery episode that I thought it was about something else, but Nick wasn't having it. But I think I made a compelling case by the end. Accidentally, I was going, hang on, what's this about that? But yeah, so that's mine. Across the Boardwalk. That's my selection. Matt, what's yours?
It's good choices there, actually. They're kind of similar. I was thinking it for ages for the title.
Probably why we get on.
I was going to go with Greatest Hits just because it's Arctic Monkeys to annoy everybody. Imagine the album coming out Greatest Hits and nobody's heard it.
It's all B-sides.
Yeah.
So in a similar way to how Anyways is called Anyways, I've gone for Besides. As in,
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Someone went to college.
Oldham College. So I've started with Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweetheart. I think it's a nice way to open it up. Not traditionally an album opener. I would go into Stop the World, I Want to Get Off With You next, which I did tweet them. I thought maybe that should have opened it. But yeah. You're So Dark next. I think them two kind of complement each other. Same era.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for No Buses. Because I like the way You're So Dark builds and then it comes down straight into the guitar there.
Well, you're lucky it's me here because technically you're breaking rules here because we don't class that as a B-side. So I'm not as bad as Nick. Nick, you do, but Nick's Nick's such a fucking stickler, man. He'll be sat here now listening to this. He'll be seething. He'll be throwing stuff at his. Honestly, yeah, he'll be mad.
We might not like another one then, actually. Next, I had Joining the Dots. Again, great song. And then similar to you, I had The Bakery going into Too Much to Ask. I think you had them the other way around.
No, I think it was maybe.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had Too Much to Ask going into the bakery.
Yeah.
Then I had so I was thinking of it like whether it be the second, if it's a vinyl to start the second side. So I was thinking The Afternoon's Hat to come back in.
Yeah.
Oh, Afternoon's Hat, yeah. That almost made mine. It's a great one.
Yeah. Oh, there was some of you were saying I was having to leave out. It was right to the last minute. Fright Line Dining Room would be the next one. Fantastic song. And then this will be contentious then. Despair in the Departure Lounge. I think it's a B-side.
Yeah, I do too. I personally do.
You might win Nick over because he loves that song and it's got an Only Fools and Horses reference to it. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. But or he's had a mental breakdown. One of the two.
This one actually has now become my favourite B-side, and I'd forgotten how much I loved it. I've not heard it for 10 years, totally forgotten about it. Catapult.
Absolutely amazing.
Forgot all about it.
I got a good theory on what that song's about as well, I think. Maybe.
Yeah. Then I thought,
coming soon.
Just before, Settle for a Draw, because it's got that sort of half starts, and then it cuts in, and it's, again, a really good song. Forgot all about it. And same as you, end with Anyways. Perfect ending.
Very good. So that's in a northern accent. B-sides.
B-sides.
Or in a sort of West Coast black person saying it like B-sides. So either way, whatever you want to go for. Yeah, exactly. Right, okay. No, that was good. And, just because we both said it there, I'm not sure if it'll be on yours, Justin. So just in case it isn't, but imagine writing the guitar riff and the song of Fright Line Dining Room and it not going on your album. Like, imagine how good the songs were if that doesn't get on your album. It's insane,
man.
Like, imagine Josh Homme like start recording that. It's insane. What a thought. I still wish there was footage of that recording process and there was some kind of documentary because it blows my mind. But yeah, Dave Grohl just popping in. I don't know, but yeah. But okay, Justin, let's have your B-side album.
Well, that transitions well because my whole theme was what if there wasn't a Last Shadow Puppets album in 2008 and they just moved in and did an album 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 into Humbug. So this would be in between Favorite Worst Nightmare and Humbug. So I only picked songs from those eras to represent that change. So I called it Clinically Cynical Hereditary Hate to fit that theme as well. And I try to kind of structure it like Favorite Worst Nightmare. So track number 1 is If You Found This, It's Probably Too Late, where people are like, what? It's like orchestra, but then it kicks into something heavy, just to kind of throw people off. Like, well, I don't don't know like what this album's gonna be like, and then right into that. So wow, wow, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. So what if you were right first time? Straight into that one. So going straight heavy from the beginning, and then what if you were right first time? And then into Plastic Tramp.
Nice.
And so kind of keeping it lighter and darker at the same time, and then from Plastic Tramp into Deframe Tour. Or Deframe Tour, so keeping the kind of like darker but poppier stuff at the beginning, like Favorite Worst Nightmare, and then into the Bakery. So we're kind of changing tones a little bit. We get a little bit more emotional, and then I love this transition. So it actually works pretty well. The Bakery into Joining the Dots, which is where the shift happens from the A side to the B side, kind of. So Bakery goes into Joining the Dots, so it gets a little bit more mature, darker. Then the Afternoon's Hat after Joining the Dots. I did break rank a little bit here, but it has the same kind of tone where after the Afternoon's Hat, I did put Blondo Sonic Shimmer Trap just because it has the same humbuggy sound. And then from Blondo Sonic, I go to Haven't Got My Strange. And then, of course, it's going to be on all three of ours. Frightline Dining Room into Catapult into Don't Forget Whose Legs You're On, and then Don't Forget Whose Legs You're On into Close It with Too Much to Ask. So those darker kind of slower songs.
Imagine that as an album. That would be insane.
Ooh, yeah, it would still be just as good. Yeah.
So that's the good thing about it's clinically
hereditary hate. Yeah.
It could be a heavy metal album title, but it could also be like a manufactured emo pop album by Avril Lavigne from 2002. It works either way.
Exactly.
But no, that's really good. You know what? I was really wanted to put Blondo Sonic Shimmer Trap in there, but I just couldn't. I just thought I can't cut any other out because I think that's one that I don't want to say it. He probably text me and go, "What are you talking about?" But I think it's one that Nick doesn't have as much love for as me. He doesn't quite get my love. He definitely hates my love for 2013. He really hates that. I love that. But I just love that song and crack it on, and it's just funny. It just makes me laugh because it's so ridiculous. And
I think it's supposed to be ridiculous as well, isn't it?
Exactly. It's that thing like brick by brick of knowing it's a bit silly, and they just go with it. It's just funny. And they just made like one of the coolest albums made of the last decade, and then they throw that out as the B-side. It's just funny. But yeah, excellent, all excellent. And I think, a bit sweet, kind of, I think similar as well. It just shows that there's certain tracks that are going to be everybody's favorite, the B-sides in there, isn't there? Okay, well, I've got a last sort of a little quiz for you, just as podcast listeners. 10 questions. I'll throw it out again, same, whoever gets it first. Just to see if you remember anything about me and Nick as we go. To see what we've got. Okay, so what is Dan? I don't know why I'm doing it in third person. What is my favorite album?
Suck It and See.
Oh, I think that was one each. That was pretty much the same time now.
Yeah.
What is Nick's favorite song?
Cornerstone.
Romance.
Oh no, it's Cornerstone. Oh, yeah, it's 2-1. This one's hard. How many times has Dan seen the band live?
8?
12.
Oh, wow. I know. Yeah, I know a significant amount.
Yeah, I mean,
but not the Apollo.
Moving on. Oh, we're past that now. So it's 2-1 still to Justin. So Dan's seen the. I don't know. I keep doing it for persons because how I wrote it that way for some reason. I don't know why I did that. And so I've seen them 12 times. What was my favorite gig?
The one where they played Fluorescent Adolescence with the strings, which would be.
Oh no! I fucking wish I was at Glastonbury.
Oh, you weren't at Glastonbury. Okay, no.
I bloody wish. That is
it Don Valley?
It is Don Valley, yeah, which was they returned to Sheffield in 2011, did a huge gig in a tent. Miles Kane came on stage on a Harley Davidson. It was a wild time to be alive. they played every song. Me and a random guy in the crowd made best friends because we both I love Humbug too. And he was like, I love Humbug because at the time, it was kind of like the tranquility of its day. And then he said, I remember it got to the end and we both looked at each other and went, they've played every song about a certain romance. They've played every song. So surely it can't be. And then Helders went, and we both like screamed. So yeah, best night of my life. Weren't there, were you, Matt? Wasn't you, was it?
No. Was it in a tent, that one?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, it
tent.
wasn't a
Big tent,
tent. Yeah.
Like a blue and yellow tent, like this weird sort of circusy tent. Very cool. So yeah, that was it. So it's well done. You remember that? So it's 2-2. What is my favorite song?
Suck it and see.
Correct. 3-2. What is Nick's favorite album?
I think of the first one.
Yeah, correct. 3-3. What prompted Dan and Nick to reconnect and start the podcast? Tough one. Very first episode, probably.
The car release.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
the announcement of the car. Yeah, prompted him to message me, and here we are. So 4-3. Arctic Monkeys bringing people together. 4-3 to Justin. We both met while working in a supermarket. Name the chain.
Morrison's.
Yeah, that might be a bit hard. I thought you might just remember the name of it. Yeah, 4-4. What was Nick's favorite gig he's been to?
Oh, I remember he didn't go to the Tranquility, did he, sir?
No, he didn't. No.
He didn't.
The car, was it this most recent performance?
You know what? I'm going to give you that because I couldn't remember, because historically it was Cricket Club when we went to see them in 2007 at the Lancashire Cricket Club. I can't remember whether he said this cricket club had overtaken it. I think nostalgically maybe not, but I'll give it you because I can't remember actually. I don't want to get it wrong. I'll get abused. So it's one of the cricket clubs anyway. So you got the location right. Both of our biggest regrets.
Going to the Apollo.
Yeah, I'll give you both a point for that. Yeah, I think Justin got it by one, but yeah, there you go. Well, you know most of them. There you go. You've been listening. Okay, so final question before we leave it here, guys. For me, it's Christmas Day, and you can play one Arctic Monkeys song on the day to capture the mood of a Christmas afternoon, perhaps, as we saunter into the evening. What Arctic Monkeys song would it be, and why? I'll let Justin go first.
Okay. So yeah, I said that like it's the end of Christmas Day and kind of like leading up to Christmas is the exciting part. But then when it ends, you're like reflecting not only is Christmas ending, but also the year is ending. And so you've got this touch of like nostalgia, a little bit of sadness. So you're sitting by the window, snow's falling outside, and I got to play Only Ones Who Know, which also has that touch of like appreciation, pain, nostalgia, but also maybe a little bit of excitement for something new. And it's got the New Year's line, I hope you're holding hands by New Year's Eve. And it's just like the perfect one for like dark Christmas, snow falling, it's wrapping up, but you're remembering it well, but also it's done. So it's kind of sad. That's how I interpret like Only Ones Who Knows anyways. So it's kind of like an ending relationship, but you remember
the picture.
Well, yeah. So yeah.
You do see with snow falling, don't you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think snow or because it gives the vibe of rain, but it's not rain because it's a cold setting you feel. So it's snow. It's weird, isn't it? I always think of the breath that someone's breath, like in the cold in that song, much like the kind of Age of the Understatement video, perhaps or something. But yeah, great choice. I'd happily have that on a Christmas day. Matt, what would you have?
I'd have. So I was thinking, I want something that everybody's going to like, or they're going to have a go at me, that kind of thing. And I think one that...
For some reason, I was on my own for this. I don't know why I did that to myself on Christmas Day, but there you go.
3 a.m. I think I would go with, because I think it sort of encapsulates everything that's great about Arctic Monkeys, and it feels like it's about 3 songs in one, and it kind of sounds a bit Christmassy. I think I'm going to go Body Paint.
Nice.
Maybe recent
really
bias to that, but I think it's. I always think of the Beatles when I think of Christmas as well. And it's very much with the harmonies and the build up and the twinkling of it. I think it does. It's quite Christmassy.
I always heard Eleanor Rigby in the strings, and I'm not a big Beatles fan, as you know, but I just always remember the Beatles. Yeah, no, that's a great choice for Christmas Day. Similarly, maybe there is a bit of bias because I think Mirrorball for me. As we're entering the evening, I'm sat in a chair. When you get kind of you're full from the food, but you've had a few drinks, so you're a bit tipsy. You need a bit of a nap, maybe a second wind. Crack Mirrorball on as a nice little romantic moment. And yeah, that would be for me. I think I said that last year as well, and it's still there as my. It's kind of one step away from being a Christmas song in a way. But if you change the lyrics, which I hope they never do, release it as a Christmas song where they change the lyrics, that would be awful. But Ultra Cheese was close as well. Ultra Cheese, that could be a Christmas. That could be a Christmas Day, yeah. But maybe a bit too like with the Friends line and being on your own and stuff at the start. Maybe a bit depressing for Christmas.
It's a very boozy song, that, isn't it?
It is. It's a boozy
end of the night boozy.
It's a boozy drunk song, isn't it?
Yeah, end of a party.
Maybe it's the cheese aspect, but I always imagine drinking a kind of milky, like, so eggnog comes to mind with it. Like maybe it's the cheese thing, I don't know, but I can just imagine having a dairy-based alcoholic beverage while listening to Ultra Cheese as well. But no, yeah, that is our Christmas extravaganza, part 2. So it's Christmas Eve, so it's Christmas Day, and as you listen to this tomorrow, or maybe you waited and listened to it on Christmas Day, and if you're listening to this podcast on Christmas Day, then I don't know what to tell you. If you are. It hasn't been going well, has it? It hasn't been going well this year. Maybe 2024 will be better for you. Bombed everyone out. I'm sure nobody is doing that, so it's fine. But yeah, no, thank you very much for listening to us. A thank you to my special guests. So we have Justin Tull. Check out his podcast. If you did just search Straight Chilling Podcast on any of the usual app providers, it will come up, right? Yep. I'll tweet your account out as well to people on Instagram and Twitter when we release this. I'll tag you in. And listen, it's a horror movie review podcast, very good. And Matt, you're creating a kind of you're in the process of making a tranquility based hotel and casino sort of documentary, aren't you? Yourself on YouTube. So when you've created that, we will share Matt's YouTube channel on that as well. I'm sure that'll be a fascinating watch.
Super excited for that.
Yeah, just has to remember the lyrics and how many tracks are on the album, and he'll be on his way. But no, there we go. But no, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you to my special guests, and we will see you in January for Humbug. Ooh. A bit Christmassy as well, bar humbug, isn't it? That's word, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, but not bar humbug. Great humbug. So yeah, we'll do that then. But have a Merry Christmas and New Year.
Don't Believe the Hype is hosted and produced weekly by Nick Lee and Dan Holt. The music used in the titles is royalty-free music courtesy of Les FM. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast player of choice to be notified every Wednesday when a new episode is released. And if you want to help us out further, be sure to like and review to help make us more visible to like-minded souls. We will see you next week with more of the same.